that she was to usher in a new age of peace and compassion.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trail Interaction. A few hours ago, Netflix released a teaser trailer for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. And let's just say I'm not optimistic about this because Zack Snyder, I should mention that Rebel Moon is based on a story by Zack Snyder, and a screenplay was written by him and two other individuals. I mention that because Zack Snyder is not a very good writer, for a start, and he's also not good with original material. If he directs something that someone else wrote, like 300 or Dawn of the Dead, his remake, I should say, of Dawn of the Dead, you can get potentially a really interesting product from Zack Snyder. But he cannot write well. And if it's something that he's written himself, it is likely not to be very good. He is not a very perceptive writer. At least I don't think he is. Now, Rebel Moon is, I believe, based upon Kurosawa's Seven Samurai, which is also the basis of Star Wars and Battle Beyond the Stars. But in the case of those two movies, those are pretty good. And Battle Beyond the Stars doesn't get much credit, and I think that's probably to do with it being a New World Pictures Roger Corman type thing. But it's generally an interesting movie. The why the spaceship has breasts is so weird to me. But in any case, it's a pretty good movie. Zack Snyder tackling similar subject matters, I'm not at all optimistic this is going to work. In any case, let's look at the teaser trailer for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Do you know the story of the Princess Issa? In myth, she was called the Redeemer. It was said this child would stop the madness of war. That she was to usher in a new age of peace and compassion.
He has not seen a close-up he doesn't like.
I was given memories of a world I will never see. Loyalty to a king I cannot serve. And love for a child I could not save.
What do you think they want?
Everything.
I found her. Scargiver.
Are you a child of war? I was taught that love is weakness. There is a difference between justice and revenge.
There is a price to pay for your defiance. Shh. One moment. I do love this part.
Hold on.
I don't want no trouble.
We're not here to bring any.
Are you ready?
You and I both know fear. Let's show them that we're not afraid. Let's show them we're more than the shackles that bind us.
A king is a man, and a man can fail. But a myth is indestructible.
The time has come for all that you love to each other. I saw them lovers.
Who among you is willing to die for what you believe?
Well, that was the teaser for Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. And what popped in my head after a time was that it reminded me very much of David Tui's Riddick movies, particularly the Necromongers. And then I started seeing hints of Star Wars, and even hints of Harry fucking Potter. Now the thing is, very little is original. But do you really need to wear your influences so obviously? It looks gorgeous. Then again, Zack Snyder has a very good eye. That's something I've never denied. Though it looks like a mess. It looks like way too much stuff. Now keep in mind, this is at least 2 movies. So there's a lot of content. But at the same time, I'm just not optimistic about this. It may look beautiful, and his fixation with close-ups is so irritating and not necessary. There are moments for everything, and his constant tight shots of individuals doing things is just kind of cliche, to be totally honest. I expect very little of this in terms of quality. It will have interesting visuals and set pieces, but what's more important is how it gels as a movie, because literally anyone, and I mean that, can create an interesting moment. But to have a moment last an hour and a half, 2 hours, however long it runs, and still remain interesting, that's a talent, one which Zack Snyder does not have. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.